Today, I'm going to show you how to use the Redistricting Data Hub's Population Projections Dashboard. The mission of the Nonpartisan Redistricting Data Hub is to make all the data, tools, and knowledge necessary for identifying gerrymandering and drawing fair maps publicly available. We created this dashboard to make it easy to access our updated population projections. Projections are useful for understanding how districts may change over time, where to target census efforts, and where future resources may be needed. These projections assume that current trends continue, and as such, there are many factors they cannot take into account, such as changes in immigration patterns or how racial and ethnic groups may be categorized in future data.
On the top left of the dashboard is a map of your state that will update based on your selections. On the top right is where you make your selections to change the map, and other data displayed at the bottom of the dashboard. Once you select your state, you can select counties, state legislative, or congressional districts as your geography. Below that, select a specific county or district of interest. You can also click directly on the map to select a county or district. Then select a base year and a projection year. The base year is the starting point and will be the point of comparison for your projection year. The base year can be 2020 or 2023, using data from the decennial census or American Community Survey, respectively. The projection year can be any year from 2026 through 2035. Then select your population type. It can be total population or total population by a specific race or ethnicity. Voting age population projections are available to download at the block or county level from the Redistricting Data Hub website. Next, you will select a metric to display in the map. There are 3 to 4 options depending on what population type you select. For all population types, there is the projected population, the change in projected population relative to the base year, and the percentage population change, which is the change in projected population expressed as a percentage of the base year population. For anything other than total population, you can also select the percentage point change in the population share, which is the percentage point change in that population type as a share of the change in the total population for that geography. Note that the scale for coloring the map automatically adjusts as you change selections. You may have also noticed that the tables on the bottom of the dashboard were updating as we made new selections. On the bottom left, you can find all 4 metrics for your state, and on the bottom right are the metrics for your specific geography, plus some of the components that make up those metrics. You can export the selections in your dashboard as a JPEG or PDF for easy sharing with others.
And if you have any questions, click the Contact Us button in the bottom right to send us a message. Now, let's hear from a practitioner about how they've used population projections for successful census and redistricting campaigns in their state.
Greetings all, my name is Shalua Ogunmefin and I get the honor of serving as the Executive Director of Pennsylvania Voice. Once fueled by deindustrialization and urban disinvestment, Pennsylvania's population has shifted dramatically over the last 60 years, both geographically and demographically. What our partners have experienced in the field, talking to residents across the states, has been confirmed by the census data. Population growth is being driven by Black, Latino, and Asian American and Pacific Islander communities across the state, not just in major cities, but in Allentown, in York, in Norristown, and beyond. Despite those shifts, we've also seen clearly in the census data that matches the lived experience of these partners that PA's legislature doesn't prioritize the needs of these communities. And that translates into a lack of resources based on undercounts, a lack of representation based on districts that don't reflect the communities themselves, and a population that is 76% BIPOC, but a legislature that is 89% white. Access to the population projections that matched our lived experiences allowed us to improve our strategy significantly. We were able to build the legal argument for what we saw every day, a lack of resources and a lack of leadership. We focused on 23 counties where we've seen that these population trends the most, investing in those communities' participation in the census and their subsequent participation in the redistricting cycle. And I'm incredibly proud to say that approach allowed us to celebrate census response rates in 75% of counties that exceeded the state average, building the infrastructure that drives our redistricting and voter engagement work along the way. And I'm even more proud to say that the first election after our work around turning that data into representation led to the first Black woman Speaker of the Pennsylvania State House. And this is just the beginning. If you want to learn more, FRR has a new report on how philanthropy got behind this community-led strategy and key learning going forward. And I hope that you check it out.